Hey everyone, we are Bean and Bagel. We are a married couple from the Midwest in the U.S. I'm from Michigan, she's from Minnesota.
Yep.
Together we normally talk about food on our channel and we post videos 1 to 2 times a week if you're interested in following the channel. We're glad to have you. Today we're talking about a restaurant that we visited in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania called The Eagle. And this restaurant has multiple locations in the eastern U.S. We went there with a group of people, kind of had like a Thanksgiving vibe with the group of people that we went, so we got tons of food and wanted to share some of the stuff that we ate with you. And we also decided to do our try it or walk by it review with all these foods. And we're gonna share what we had with you, starting with the entrees.
One other thing I want to mention real quick is that the Eagle is also pretty reasonably priced. So that's another thing to keep in mind if you're thinking about trying it. But getting into the entrees, the first one that we had was the fried chicken sandwich. And the Eagle is known for being a chicken restaurant. They serve all natural chicken, it's free range, and it is brined in-house. So the fried chicken sandwich, we gave it a try it. And the ingredients on this sandwich is a chicken breast, coleslaw, pickles, and a spicy mayo. And we felt like it was a try it because the breading on the chicken was very flavorful. It was crispy. We felt like it wasn't too moist or too dry. And the pickles added a really nice crunch. So you just felt like, all the different flavors and textures going on were great together, and we enjoyed the sandwich a lot. And the second entree that we tried in our group was the chicken drumsticks. Now, Greg and I aren't the biggest fans of dark meat, but if you like dark meat, I think you would really love this chicken drumsticks because they're just very, very flavorful. Again, that breading is crispy and crunchy and super flavorful. So we thought that this is also a try it. And it does kind of remind me a little bit of Korean fried chicken, if you've ever had that. So super good.
The last entree that we tried was the Carolina braised pork. So this was a pork sandwich that had shredded pork, Carolina barbecue, coleslaw, and a pickle. We rated that a try it because we thought that the bun on it was nice and soft, but not just that, of course. The Carolina barbecue that was on it, you could taste it, but it's not like it was overwhelming on the sandwich, which was nice. The coleslaw and the barbecue didn't compete with one another either, which was helpful in enjoying the sandwich. The shredded pork was juicy, but it wasn't soggy. The pickle that was on it added a nice kind of tangy element mixed with the Carolina barbecue. And on a menu mostly of chicken, this sandwich we felt stood out and held its own. The only knock on it was that we thought and wished, I guess you could say, it was a bigger sandwich because it was kind of small.
So next up, we're going to talk about the sides. And the sides are always my favorite part of Thanksgiving. And I would say they were here at the Eagle as well. So the first side that we had was the hush puppies. So these hush puppies are made out of a batter of corn, jalapeno, and cheddar, and they're served with a comeback sauce. And these are probably like the number one side dish that we had. I mean, you could consider them a side or like an appetizer depending on who you are, but they were super good. They had a nice, deep fried flavor and texture. They also had like a sweet and spicy thing going on. You could taste like the bell pepper kind of flavor, the sweetness from the corn, and altogether it was just a delicious combination. So these are a huge try it. The second side that we had, however, was a walk by it, and those were the collard greens. Now, you can probably look at us and tell that we are not collard green connoisseurs by any means.
Especially me, because I'm like bright white.
But for us, these were a walk by it. These are collard greens that are stewed in ham hocks and bacon. However, we just felt like they weren't balanced. They were very like sour and kind of vinegary. And we didn't feel like there was enough of like a savory pork taste coming through that we were kind of expecting. So for that reason, we voted these a walk by it.
A couple other sides that we tried. One was the spoon bread. This is a skillet cornbread that comes with maple butter. We thought that it was flavorful. It was sweet, but not too sweet. The only knock that we had for it is that we thought it was a little dry, but it wouldn't stop us from ordering it, so we did rate that a try it. Another side that we ordered is the biscuits, and these come with honey butter and blackberry jam. The biscuits are like pillowy texture, they're soft, very light, and it tasted homemade. And the blackberry jam that comes with it like cemented that homemade vibe to it. And I'm not Southern, as you can probably tell. I've never had food from a Southern grandma or a Southern elderly lady. But if I were to guess what biscuits taste like in the Southern US, this is what I would guess them to taste like. So you definitely want to try the biscuits if you go.
The next side item that we had was their fries. These are fries that are tossed with herbs and served with an aioli. And we liked these fries a lot. We felt like they were well seasoned, they were crispy, and they tasted like real potato. So these were a try it. And the next item is the mac and cheese. So unfortunately, we were a little bit of a house divided on, but their mac and cheese is made with 5 cheeses. And it also has garlic breadcrumbs. So I happen to like the more sharp, intense, slightly more pungent cheese flavor on this. And I also liked the garlic and the breadcrumbs. I felt like it kind of stood out, made it more flavorful, and it made it more unique from your typical run-of-the-mill mac and cheeses. But Greg, on the other hand, thought that the garlic was too much. It overpowered it. He thought that the cheese taste was more of like a Parmesan cheese, which he doesn't love, and it just wasn't cheesy enough. It didn't really have any cheese pull or that stretchy cheese when you scooped into it. So he felt like it was not great in that regard, and also that it tasted burnt actually as well. So Greg said walk by it. I say try it, and you guys will have to make your own choice.
The final side item that we got was the sweet potato crock, and we were divided on this as well. So this is basically sweet potatoes with marshmallows. Hope said try it, I said walk by it, and anyone that knows me knows that it is not common for me to say walk by sweet potatoes, because I'm a believer that you should eat sweet potatoes as much as humanly possible. I would say the same about mac and cheese, so it's not like me to say walk by it on mac and cheese either. But these sweet potatoes to me were too wet. I thought that some of the potatoes weren't thoroughly cooked through, unfortunately. Hope thought it was a little clumpy. That was one knock that she had. I'm kind of okay. I'm like the Professor Clump when it comes to mashed potatoes and stuff like that. I like a little clump to it. It's like a special treat that comes with the potatoes. But it's not a good mix when the potatoes aren't thoroughly cooked through, so that turned me off, especially when they're wet, overly wet. The good things about it, though, were the spices. The marshmallow was nice and gooey on it, and it had a good char, so that was good about it. And to wash all this food down, we wanted to talk about one drink that we had, and that was the blackberry lemonade. We also said walk by that, unfortunately. The reason why is because we thought that it tasted more like lemonade than blackberry. It wasn't even. And it was a little too sweet. And it also didn't have like blackberry, like ground up blackberry in it, which we thought would have been a good added element to it. So we say walk by that. Wasn't anything, to blog home about or vlog home about, I guess the youngins say nowadays. But there was one other drink that we wanted to mention that we did not try, and it is the peach jalapeno mojito. Now, on their online menu, they call it a margarita. So I don't know with the multiple locations that they have, if some do a margarita and some do a mojito, but the menu that we had said mojito. But we didn't get a chance to try it, but it sounds like super good. So the reason why we're mentioning it is if you ever find yourself at the Eagle and you try it, comment on it on our video here, or if you have had it, let us know what it's like, because it sounds super good and we want to try it the next time we go back. But that's our video for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you in the next one. See you later.
Bye!
And the final side item that we tried was the marshmallow s'mores.
But the next side item that we had, I should probably do that over. Next side item that we had.
Next